shaping its landscape. He was extremely meticulous in his design works, and his projects stand out and can easily be identified. What I most remember about him at work is his perfectionist streak. In every building that he was working on, he personally insisted that things had to be done a certain way, and he always got his way. He could not stand shoddy work, and he could not stand shortcuts, no matter what the cost was. My husband's business acumen is well documented. His project profile was so impressive that he had helped redefine the Nairobi skyline. He was, however, very passionate about proper city planning and the expansion of services like sewer lines, roads, and parking and green spaces. I have become a semi-architect because of his real estate passion, which rubbed on me too. After we got married, David designed our home way before we had even purchased a plot. He even had an architectural model made. So I knew how our home would look like. And he delivered. We have enjoyed living in our home for the last 20 years. When he reached near the apex of his architectural career, he came to me one day and told me that he wanted to venture into politics. I asked him why, and he said, and what he said made me give him my full blessing. He told me that so far, the Lord had immensely blessed us, and it was about time for us to give back to the people that he had left behind in Okalau. He wanted to improve the lives of the people. Many people venture into politics for various reasons. David's call was very clear. It was not about personal gain. It was about service. It was about giving back. When I look back now, I see a servant who has faithfully served. I saw his determination to lift others up through God's hand and God's favor. He made it, and he wanted others to do so. Because of this genuine call to serve, our great people of Olkalau constituency have placed their trust in Mheshimiwa's hands through 3 consecutive elections. The last one having been toughest because he stood on a Jubilee ticket against the majority whip. On the day we won, there was a quiet smile on his face. He knew his ground well, and he trusted the instinct of the people to re-elect him, even amidst a difficult campaign. He also knew that he had the favor of God. That's all you need to win. Mheshimiwa had a very unique gift. In these 13 years as an MP, he never changed his phone number. Almost everyone in the constituency had his number, and you can imagine the number of calls he received day and night. What initially astounded me was that he answered every single caller. It did not matter the magnitude of the call or the importance of the caller. He would listen keenly and would sort out all the needs as far as he could. He has helped in paying hospital bills, funeral expenses, family disputes, diffused quarrels, emergency loans, court bills, family functions, school fees, college fees, and everything else in between. Mheshimiwa has called police stations and helped in the release of arrested constituencies. He has called hospitals for the release of patients who are held for bills. He called top officials in the land in Kenya where the need arose to help those who could not access such spaces. And he has been instrumental in securing employment for hundreds of our youth. The people called him Master or Dadiwa Power. David's generosity was not common. I have never met a more generous individual in my life. David would give money and everything else to almost everyone he met. He would stop his car several times by the roadside and give out money. I know you're thinking that this was for securing votes. You are absolutely wrong. His nature, even before his political journey, was to give. Giving to others was his default mood. He gave to whoever needed it. He carried an envelope full of cash whose purpose was to give. In the 32 years of our marriage, his money never dried out. God provided a full bahasha every single day for the needy. Those who know can testify that this was true. The Lord continued filling his cup as long as he continued giving of it. The word of God says that it is better to give than to receive. David lived out that passage. At Olkalau constituency, his passion was infrastructure and education. On his first term election, many roads were impassable during the rainy seasons, and our mothers would often be taken to hospital on wheelbarrows. Today, every road is all-weather and is regularly maintained. On education, Mheshimiwa was instrumental in the construction and renovations of classrooms and facilities in almost all schools. For 13 years, no child has stayed at home due to lack of school fees. He supported the education of numerous students, many of who are now gainfully employed. I cannot count the number of children who come to us and say, was it not for Mheshimiwa, they would never have gone to school, including one of the nurses at the hospital where David was receiving treatment. Mheshimiwa's last initiative was his work towards starting the Nyandarua University. He has pursued the setting up of this university for years, going through serious defenses for the university. He would come and tell me the fights he was undergoing way back during the earlier terms, but he was determined. Early this year, this vision came to be. The university is now well on its way to be established, and Nyandarua County will now have its first university. It gives me so much great joy that his service today is being held on the very grounds that he was so passionate about. About 3 months ago, to allow the setting up of the university, Our Excellency, Your Excellency, the President, gave your personal donation of 10 million shillings as seed capital to help construct classrooms at Selent Secondary School. Mheshimiwa, in a record 2 months, used the 10 million shillings to personally supervise the construction of the 10 classrooms, and it was done by February this year. This proved one thing, that it is possible for one to use public resources well, and I want to thank you personally, Your Excellency, for that very kind gesture. I am now aware that the government has released 100 million to help in the groundbreaking